previous action points is like what do the rural youth need? We have designed our team identification, gap identification. We have strength identification. We have done a bit of those. So and we are
Okay.
trying the empanelment with the IIT Roorkee, where we can get a
Mm,
bulk of work for like how NABARD consultancy services is getting. We might get a
mm.
services continuous work from the IIT Roorkee. So we have tried to
Oh,
with the IIT.
excellent. Yes.
We
Yes.
have
Yes.
done a first approach has been done with them. How rural youth will get the benefit? How are the approach? What are the ways we can do work with them? So let's speak for some time
Mm.
on this area.
There is a lot of skill gap here. So there are a lot of potential youths, especially in rural areas, but there is no channel for them to move forward and get jobs or do something for their life. So most of the youths here are like, because of frustration and depression, they started become antisocial elements, and they started taking drugs, alcohol, and also the potential of youth in the northeast, especially to like intensively do some kind of skill gap analysis for them, and like we have to scout them, like what kind of talent they have, like in what domain they can work. So something like that we can do, besides the other intervention by government of India like DDGQI and from MSME ministry. Also there are a lot of schemes for them, but we need to have a closer look, from a close lens, for each of the youths here. So this kind of skill gap analysis and skill mapping, it's much will be much needed here, especially in Northeast. So that is my like opinion and my experience. So unemployment is also rising here in Northeast in all the states, and those who are very talented also they end up doing very jobs which are not suited for them. They get discouraged, and like they obviously, if a person is not happy, if a youth is not happy, they can be the most dangerous person for everyone. So I believe unemployment is a gateway to become antisocial elements, especially in this northeastern states. So a thorough, intensive project, something kind of skill gap analysis, some research needs to be done on the youths, so that we will get the best out of them, and through their talents, we can like our country can also be developed. New startup, new industries can also come up here. So it's
Yeah.
in one way they are the like most powerful tool right now, the youths of our country. So they can shape the nation, they can like let the nation grow, or they can let the nation degrow also. So we have to have a very intensive study on them, and like in IIT Roorkee, some like incubation centers, and all we have to. I believe we can tie up with them, and we can send our youths for training and skill development, and give them jobs, or they can go back and start becoming an entrepreneur and like create more jobs here in Northeast. So that is my opinion.
But the
Uh,
existing ecosystem is already there, right, Stan? In the Northeast, there is DDUGKY, there is
mm,
Skill India, jobs provision, and MSME. Everything is there. But what is the point where
mm,
it is lacking, like identifying
mm.
or
Like
aware?
the skill that DDJKY and other Skill India and Startup India, Stand Up India scheme, there are so many schemes. So what is lacking is like they are these are like this scheme, especially if they are unable to touch the peripheral areas, like the right target, they are unable to get, like they are not able to hit the right target. So it's just like this scheme has come, so let's just finish the scheme, like let's find some people in the rural areas and just wrap up the scheme and let them get some facility, get a job, like that. That kind of thing is there. There is no like a zeal, no a passion, no for in the government machinery to like actually train the youths.
So Banu was
Yes, yes,
speaking about the higher education and skill development and employment generation and entrepreneurship development is a key
yes,
area for
yes.
the rural youth we can focus on. So do
Mm.
we need to identify a platform where it is the key aspect, not the platform, like the gap. We need to identify the gap in between these three:
Yes,
the higher education,
yes,
skill
yes.
development, employment generation, and entrepreneurship development. So there is a
Mm.
gap in all three together. So in my
Yes, yes,
perspective, there is a no right platform at the schooling level or the passing out the
yes,
school
yes,
level. So there needs to
yes,
be
yes.
the identification of the skill gap, I think so.
We need to identify their talents from the school, like vocational courses and all has to be taken more seriously by the education departments. And what they will do is like everyone wants a government job and like security, so they will go to Delhi, this and that. They'll waste a lot of resources, and they like it's a very competitive exam, and if they fail again they'll come back and when they become antisocial elements, they'll start drinking drugs, everything, and they'll get depressed. And like this kind of things is like very dangerous for country also. So this kind of trend, if this continues, then we can see more kind of violence also in northeastern states. So actually, people are not taking seriously here, but it's a serious issue because the youths need to be trained, like Satish earlier mentioned, from the school level.
Include what are the points that are like hurdles in outreach. So we
Correct,
have
correct,
to
very good,
figure it
correct.
out, and we have to get our like work involved in this kind of like facilitation work.
Yes,
So
yes,
we
yes.
basically like we are just a institution basically, so we cannot
Mm,
promise anything. So we have to
yes.
facilitate all these things, whatever
Mm,
like issues are there in the outreach. And second
yes,
is that
yes.
what
Outreach.
Stan has talked about, that is the like how we can make their base strong. So
Mm,
making the base strong means foundation base has to has like be strong. So during that school age only we have to like think about how we can facilitate a very good environment to them. So just I'll
yes,
talk
yes.
about one issue, like schools are there but they are not attending the classes just because they
Mm,
are not
mm.
getting the flavor out of it. So making
Correct,
the
correct. Yes, yes.
environment friendly to them, it's very much required to like
Mm,
we can mentor panchayats or the villages to work for the like empowerment of the youth. So that was my submission.
okay.
So now Barkha ma'am has joined us. So behalf of all Anadian, we welcome the Barkha ma'am. She having good experience being a CEO, CA, and whatever doubt we have related to society, Section 8 company compliances, whatever may be, we can discuss with
Mm,
ma'am and she can explain and guide us better.
Welcome, Barka ma'am. My name is Satish first of all.
Hello, hello.
Hello. So we are the people of a national institute, a group of people of 1,000 people, around 1,000 people in the nation. So we are scattered in all over the nation. We are working for different goals. Like Surendra sir, where you have been attached, is running his own enterprise or the non-profit, and we have different working areas. We are working in IITs. We are working in NABARD services. We are working in UPSC aspirants. We have different people in our group. So the point
Hmm.
is like we need to form an institution which can work for the non-profit and also for the national building and also for the social enterprises. So we will be also including the social enterprises in the pathway, mid pathway. So we need an understanding of institution where which institution can be formed and with this type of a goals, like where it can be the social enterprise, it can be also the non-profit working for the NGOs. So we need a slight of understanding in between these three: society, Section 8, cooperative. What is feasible for us?
First of all, cooperative societies are not charitable institutions. You need to forgo these cooperative societies. Apart from this, third one is trust, charitable trust.
Mm-hmm.
Let me first start from trust.
Okay.
Trust are the oldest form of charitable organization. This trust comes under the Indian Trust Act, and minimum two persons are required to create a trust. Maximum, it's on you. You can create with many n numbers, but minimum two persons are required to create a trust. Then we come to society. What is a society? In case of trust we have two persons or three persons, and it is a, you can say, a private trust working in a very limited area. For society is formed when collection of people come together for a common charitable purpose, and from different states or from different societies, from different communities, when they come together and form an organization. When we are creating a not-for-profit organization, we need to take a separate registration in Income Tax Act under Section 12A and 80G. So all of these three, whether it's trust, it's society, or Section 8 company, all these three needs to take registration under Income Tax Act. So you can say these three governed by their separate acts: Trust Act, Society Act, and Companies Act. But for charitable purpose, they need to take registration under Income Tax Act, and they need to prepare their accounts annually. They need to get their balance sheets audited, and they need to file income tax returns with the income tax department.
So, and what about the section society for the winding process? Is it a big task?
No, it is not a big task. If three-fifths of the members so desire, they can file application with the registrar of societies also.
So, guys, do you have any questions for Barka ma'am? So, anything like understanding any area, not just this point of view. Anything like understanding of.
For
Yes,
the
Surendra.
charitable work, we can register the Section 8
Mm-hmm.
to facilitate and create the group and everything. And for the marketing, we need to create the separate entity with the GST and for the business purpose
Yeah,
that
yeah.
can deal the market perspective of this particular either farmers, either SSG, either anyone. So two separate entity we required. with different objective.
Okay.
Hi, ma'am. So the basic question is, can we form a society at national level or not?
Yes, you can.
We can, right?
Yes.
Then this interstate transport or interstate sales issue will not be there, right?
I don't think that they will be there.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So,
Okay.
ma'am,
That,
one question from my side.
yeah.
Yeah, because our objective is we need to run the consultancy. Suppose across the country, several challenges are there. Several government schemes are working, several CSR is working. So,
Mhm.
what is the best way or best source? Might be company, NGO, society. What you like? What you are suggesting for which we should opt for
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 what?
the
For consultancy?
for
Which type of
consultancy?
consultancy?
Consultancy,
If I don't
yes.
get,
I
मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर हमें जो कंसल्टेंसी के लिए अगर हमें आगे बढ़ना है क्योंकि ये बियॉन्ड द बाउंड्री ऑफ स्टेट एंड कंट्री, तो हमें कौन से सोर्स पे जाना चाहिए? हमें कंपनी एक्ट पे जाना चाहिए या सेक्शन 8 पे जाना चाहिए या हमें सोसाइटी पे जाना चाहिए? क्या आप सजेस्ट करते हैं बेस्ड ऑन योर
आप
एक्सपीरियंस?
सेक्शन मतलब इफ यू आर डूइंग अ बिजनेस,
हम्म
देन आप एक सेपरेट फर्म फॉर्म कर लीजिए, उसको आप नॉर्मल कंपनी बना लीजिए. इफ यू आर डूइंग एनी चैरिटेबल एक्टिविटी, देन यू शुड गो फॉर सेक्शन 8 कंपनी. डू नॉट form society or a trust. Section 8 company nowadays is a good option.
Okay, whatever, if it is section 8, we need to show it as a donation, but not into the charge or the fees. वैसा बोल नहीं सकते.
Yes.
Satish, any question?
मेरा तरफ से सब कुछ क्लियर है. बहुत कुछ पॉइंट्स मिला हमको तो और कोई किसी को
Very insightful discussion, really.
another point is like anyone have any questions like Banu Garu, Rama Devi, Madhu Garu, Abhinesh, Surender sir, Turari.
Please careful, ma'am's time is very precious.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying, like
Yeah, I'm done.
yeah, even I'm done.
Okay.
I have no
Thank
question.
you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Yes.
Thank
So
you.
on
Thank you.
behalf of
You
NIID,
all can share your email IDs. I
I
will
would
share the
like to
PPT
give
on
you
this.
Sure. Satish.
on behalf of all alumni group. So I would like to thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time. And even though we bothered you a lot of with a lot of questions, so thanks for your valuable information, and we'll keep on bothering you in future as well for our more questions. So thank you so much.
Sure, I will love to get bothered.
Oh, thank you
Thank you
so
so
much for that. Yeah,
Thank you. I have shared my email ID with all you.
yeah,
You got it.
Yeah.
we got it.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So every Sunday we can plan this type of people who can be our mentor actually in the areas where
Yes, yes,
no
yes.
one is having any information.
Yeah, first we should know like what kind of questions arises on our mind. Accordingly, we can thoughtful
I
the
like
person.
Let us discuss a bit on this according to whatever we have talks now, and let's finalize or let us get an understanding what we are going to do now. So, according to the society, it is a normal cost, it is in a medium cost, trust is a low cost, section 8 is a high cost, and the compliances are also in the same way. So, if we see the compliances per the yearly, annually compliances, section 8 has a more around 5K. Ma'am was saying around 5K per year, and for the registration in the initial cost for the section 8 is around 25 to 30K, according to the ma'am talks. What do you feel like, society or the section 8 stan and the rest?
Yes, as discussed earlier, I believe for us, Section 8 will be the most feasible because for a head start. So, since we have already started
Yeah.
having these meetings, which will start and we can shift to companies later. So, as a head start, we can start with Section 8 company. So, I believe it's a good option.
And in networking area, we have another pool. So networking pool is the most important criteria where we need to have a talks on a gap identifications where we need to have
Yes,
where
yes,
the
yes.
networking. So for this, we have few people. If you would like to be in the networking pool, we would love to be. Even I'm in the networking pool. So this is one of the bigger question in my mind, which is arising from the starting days. So if alma mater is getting rising. So he is rising and working for the nation. So there needs to be a information given for the all the ministries. So Shishireka ma'am in the initial talks of the first or second calls, she has given her word.
Mm.
So saying that if you guys work on first piece, so they will
Mm.
be, ma'am will be working on a brochure and circulating
Mm.
the brochure to all the ministries. So we were discussing addressing the challenges of rural entrepreneurs, digitization of rural agricultural business, empowering rural youth through market focused skill training. So panchayat planning, team identification child mein, INRM, policy formulations and recommendations for policy makers, innovation and development, rural enterprise, school infra. We were discussing these themes. So like these are the things which you are speaking, and tomorrow's call will be like the structure. The next is more about the structure, how the structure will be, who will be answerable to whom. So who will be looking after that the research part, who will be looking after that. So tomorrow's call is this area.
We have to look our organization as an entity. So we have to also focus on social media things. So this publication of IC material also in the name of our organization, it is going to work a lot, because nowadays if you see, if you look into your chat box of LinkedIn, it is full of social media thing along with this posters of organizations. So we are
Every
doing this, so you can donate this much amount. So see, this is also like one kind of thing where like people, we have to also focus upon. So we have to keep align all these activities with this publication of social media thing. So that's what, like, doing thing is fine, but showcasing thing is also one area that we need to look
Yeah,
like
yeah. It is very important to be in the limelight. Is not an exact right word for that, but at least we should show the market that what we are doing, where we are approaching.
We can do, but
Sir,
if
I have another idea. I
right.
mean, which is similar to this one.
हम्म,
जैसे हमारा अलग अलग बैच का मेंबर्स है, सो जिसके साथ हमारा प्रोफेसर्स कनेक्ट होता है, जैसे रजनीकांत सर है, सम XYZ प्रोफेसर्स विच आर
हाँ,
गुड पीपल टू कनेक्ट विद, तो इनको हम एक एक बंदे को एक एक के साथ चुन के हमारा आइडिया एक्सप्लेन करके उसके साथ डीजी के पास जाए तो और अच्छा इम्पैक्ट लगेगा शायद,
Yes, yes.
क्योंकि
yes.
दीज पीपल विल चेंज, डीजी 3-4 years में बदलेगा और इसके साथ का प्रोसेस नहीं पता चलेगा. जिस assistant professors or professors who are in a long run in NIRD, they'll be helping out and they will provide a way ताकि हम एक एक साथ कनेक्ट करें, तो जिसके
100%.
साथ हमारा अच्छा कोऑर्डिनेट रिलेशन है,
Good idea. Good idea. At
we
least
can pitch up these people.
मेरा कुछ पॉइंट है.
हाँ.
देखो, आइडिया अच्छा है, कोई भी आइडिया खराब नहीं है, क्योंकि हम इसको इम्प्रूव करने के लिए सोच रहे हैं. लेकिन जब प्रोफेसर या आएंगे तो उनका
वो
थॉट प्रोसेस
थीमेटिक
थोड़ा
होगा,
दूसरा होगा.
वो थीमेटिक
हमें
होगा.
उनको पहले ग्रेविटी दिखानी पड़ेगी कि हम इस प्रोसेस को अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं, तब वो हमें उस पर सजेस्ट कर सकता है या हमें हेल्प कर सकता है. अभी हम काफी रो स्टेज में हैं.
I vote to the point of discussing in the roadmap institution building में हम वोट करेंगे डायरेक्टर ऑफ जनरल से बात करने के लिए. प्रोफेसर्स इसीलिए ना बोल रहे हैं कि दे आर द थीमेटिक एरिया. हम लोग एक थीमेटिक तो पता चला, बट रोड मैप में इंस्टीट्यूशन बिल्डिंग के लिए डीजी का इनपुट बहुत जरूरी है, ताकि हम लोग किस नेटवर्किंग कैसा करेंगे, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को मिलना है तो कैसा रास्ता में जाएंगे, किस रास्ता में जाएंगे. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में हम लोग एक इंस्टीट्यूशन को एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पावर मिल गया है तो वो इंस्टीट्यूट बहुत दूर जाएगा. जैसे कि अभी वासन जा रहा है, वासन के पास एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पावर है, तो वो पावर रहना भी बहुत जरूरी है. हमको लगता है कि इंस्टीट्यूशन बिल्डिंग में प्रोफेसर्स नहीं आएगा, डीजी आएगा. एक हिसाब से आई वोट फॉर डीजी. व्हाट डू यू गाइस वोट? It is according to you people.
No, we are, from my side it's DZ only.
पहले what do you guys say? Will go to DG or not? Madhu, Abhinesh, Surendra sir.
Yeah, we'll go to DG.
देखो, डीजी सर के पास जाने का भी एडवांटेज भी है, डिसएडवांटेज भी है इनिशियल में. इसलिए क्योंकि डीजी सर बहुत मतलब मेच्योर पर्सन है. उनके पास जब जाएंगे इस थॉट प्रोसेस के साथ में, हो सकता है कि वो इसको एक अलग डायरेक्शन दे दे. तो बेटर होगा कि हम सेक्शन 8 कंपनी रजिस्टर करके जाएं. ठीक है, ताकि क्योंकि होता क्या है, उनसे काफी लोग डिस्कस कर रहे होंगे कि हम ये करना चाहते हैं, वो करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन जब हम रजिस्टर करके जाएंगे तो उनको एक सिंसिटी का रहेगा कि नहीं, इन्होंने कर लिया है और ये फर्स्ट स्टेप है कि वो उनके पास हम जा रहे हैं, ताकि वो हमें और मेंटर कर सके, गाइड कर सके.
आप बोल रहे हैं कि जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो इंस्टीट्यूशन का सेक्शन 8 के नाम से बन गया, और रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट को डॉक्यूमेंट दे दिया, स्ट्रक्चर बन गया, रोल्स रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, थीमेटिक एरिया, गैप आइडेंटिफिकेशन, एक्टिविटीज, ये सब होने के बाद डीजी के पास जाने के लिए एक हिसाब से रिकमेंड कर रहे हैं।
इफ वी अप्रोच डीजी सर, तो इसमें मेरा दो क्वेश्चंस है। पहला तो कि अगर अपना एसोसिएशन प्लेटफॉर्म का, दैट इज अ प्लेटफॉर्म बेस्ड एनजीओ काइंड ऑफ थिंग यू विल बी डेवलपिंग, तो उसमें एनआईआरडी की तरफ से क्या कंट्रीब्यूट होगा इन ड्यू प्रोसेस ऑफ आवर मेकिंग द इंस्टीट्यूशन? नंबर वन क्वेश्चन। नंबर टू, क्या ये कन्फ्रंटेशन का इशू तो नहीं, मतलब बाद में हो जाएगा कि लाइक कि यू गाइस हैवंट कांटेक्टेड मी एंड राइट नाउ वंस यू फॉर्म द कंपनी, नाउ यू आर लाइजनिंग विद अस और नाउ यू आर अप्रोचिंग टू एडमिनिस्टर एवरीथिंग ऑन द लाइन। सो इसमें क्वेश्चन यही है कि इन ड्यू प्रोसेस में अप्रोच करना एक अलग एक कोर्स ऑफ मैटर हो जाएगा, पोस्ट कांटेक्ट करना एक डिफरेंट कोर्स ऑफ मैटर हो जाएगा।
या
कौन सा ज्यादा
he
feasible होगा?
he may appreciate, he may not be appreciate, like if we can make and go to him, हम एक
Okay.
चांस ले सकते हैं, जैसे हमने कहा कि जो हमारा
क्वेश्चन ये आ
बैचमेट है
जाता है, इसमें
9th
क्वेश्चन
से,
आ जाता है, हम पॉसिबिलिटीज को देखते हैं। लेट्स सपोज कि हमने पहले कांटेक्ट किया थ्रू ईमेल with all the work done, whatever we have done, we can summarize in a concept note kind of thing, and with attaching in a mail we can request him for a meeting. Like if we go to meet them post building of our institution, so it is clear, it is clear cut that ki their intervention is not that much of in our organization. Then only we are planning to meet him after building the institution, na?
like as per my personal opinion and based on the previous experience, उनका जो भी होगा, मतलब वो एज सच हमें डायरेक्टली एश्योरेंस कोई कुछ भी नहीं देंगे।
Okay.
ही कैन पुट द आइडिया फॉरवर्ड कि ठीक है आप
हाँ।
ऐसे ऐसे कर लो, इट कैन बी गुड इनिशिएटिव टेकन बाय द एनआईडी पीआर alumni, and whatever possible thing he can try to support, that's it.
सी वैसे भी हम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिल्ड करने के लिए सोच रहे थे, सो वी विल पुट ए वर्ड सर, ऐसा ऐसा हमारा प्लान है, सो ही विल सेड गो अहेड, देन वी कैन फॉर्म आफ्टर मीटिंग हिम। सर ही विल आल्सो थिंक दैट ये मेरे टाइम पे इसका जन्म हुआ है नया एलुमिनी का, कुछ कुछ ही विल थिंक इन दैट वे, इट वुड बी ऑफ गुड इनिशिएटिव इन हिज टाइम।
एक ग्रुप के हिसाब से है ये
Yes,
सब
sir.
चीजें, अकेले का बात है, अकेले का डिसीजन मेकिंग नहीं है, ये ग्रुप का डिसीजन मेकिंग।
Yes, sir. Yes, great. Let's
I'm
vote
okay
for
then.
this then. Before forming group or after forming? You're okay with before forming group, right,
Yes,
sir?
yes, before, yes.
Even I am before.
Yeah, even I vote for that.
Yeah, I am also.
Yeah, definitely yes.
Before what the what?
Yeah, we have, but anyhow, like we have to do our homework. Means like
Lot.
Sir has said, and
Yeah,
we
homework
have
is
to prepare everything.
essential and important
Everything.
component.
Yes. Everything we have to prepare, and we have to like show him
So
how
the
we are going to
invitation
do and
to
how. Yes.
yeah, sorry,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Sorry, Stan.
I think we can, explain everything to the Sikha ma'am.
Shika batch 13.
No, batch 1.
शशिरेखा मैम, ओ
Shashireka ma'am. Okay, Shashireka ma'am. Sorry, yeah.
शशिरेखा मैम को, हाँ ठीक है, बहुत बढ़िया सोचा सर।
Okay.
शशिरेखा मैम को
Because
इन्वॉल्व
Yeah.
कर रहे हैं।
Yeah, senior and like with good communication skills and
right, and
presentation
she can
skills.
also having
Yes.
good this background
Yeah,
also.
because
So that can be done.
that image, that person should capture his mind immediately, no?
So I'll speak with her and I'll give
And
the information in
I
the
also
WhatsApp
ask
group.
her, Satish also ask her, what is the good number to attend for the meet, to meet DG personally, so that we can select few people who can communicate clearly and
डीजी मीट प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रक्चर, मतलब हम लोगों का प्रिपरेशन में ही सब कुछ आएगा एक हिसाब से। जो भी हम लोग प्रेजेंटेशन बनाने के लिए सोच रहे हैं वो प्रिपरेशन में के बारे में ही सब कुछ रहेगा। क्या गैप्स आइडेंटिफाई किया, व्हाट ऑल वी डिड नाउ, व्हाट ऑल वी आर थिंकिंग टू एक्सपैंड, व्हाट
Planning
ऑल
for, right.
ऐड, या प्लानिंग अभी तक जो हुआ उसी के बारे में हम लोग प्रिपरेशन में रखें और थोड़ा बढ़िया करेंगे आगे
Right.
लेगा।
Advisory board can be added later on.
Okay.
We can also add the professor, DG, ex-DG, whosoever we think like he can be a resource person, we can try to. और एग्जीक्यूटिव बोर्ड में ये होगा जो रियल में नीचे इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे।
और
ठीक है।
बाकी जो हम लोग जैसे कि महिदर हो गया, जैसे कि कुछ लोग होता है कि मतलब कुछ लोग है कि they are want to contribute to us, so but they are not So they don't want to give active participation. So what do we think on those? How do we keep those people?
जब कभी भी मैं ऐसा इंस्टीट्यूशन क्रिएट करते हैं तो क्योंकि काफी लीगलिटी होती है, जैसे हमारा पैन कार्ड बनेगा, हमारा बैंक अकाउंट खुलेगा, हमारा सर्टिफिकेट जनरेट होगा, ATG 2LA, तो एक बार जो ये डायरेक्टर, मैं बोलूँगा जो बोर्ड मेंबर फाइनल होंगे ना, उसको चेंज करने के लिए, अमेंडमेंट करने के लिए हमें सारे डॉक्यूमेंट में चेंज करना।
सही बात है।
बाकी मेंबर क्या है, मेंबर कभी भी एड ऑन कर सकते हैं, जैसे FPO होता है। FPO भी एक तरह का कंपनी है। इसमें अगर हम देखेंगे तो बोर्ड मेंबर होते हैं, प्रोमोटर होते हैं, और उसके बाद में जो नए मेंबर होते हैं उनको शेयर होल्डिंग के लिए हम जैसे जितने भी फार्मर्स उनको ऐड किया जाता है, तो जिससे हो सकता है कि वो FPO में 10,000 किसान हो कि 1 लाख किसान हो, डजेंट मैटर, बेनिफिट सबको मिलता है जैसे जैसे वो काम करते हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग। ठीक है।
ये
लेकिन
इससे
इसमें से मुझे एक ही बताओ
या
सतीश, हमने नाम सोचा, नाम
नाम
क्या
तो
सोचे?
सोचे थे सर, 4-5 नाम सोचे थे, जैसा रखना चाहिए वो सब थोड़ा बहुत कर लिए थे, पर उसके लिए रिफाई करना है तो कर।
हाँ, उसको नेक्स्ट मीटिंग में रखो ना, ताकि एक बार नाम फाइनल होना जरूरी है, क्योंकि एक्चुअली होगा क्या, जो नाम हम सोच रहे हैं वो नाम आगे सेक्शनेट कंपनी में अवेलेबल है नहीं है, वो भी तो हमें चेक करना पड़ेगा।
ये
ठीक है।
स्क्रीन दिख रहा है सर अभी?
हाँ, दिख रहा है।
United People for Nation, United
हम्म
People, United NARD, Equanimous Citizens for Development, NARD Consultancy, United Nation, United NARDians Consultancy Society,
सोसाइटी।
UNC। तो
हम्म
ये थोड़ा नाम, बहुत नाम सोचे थे।
हम्म
और ऐड करना है तो ऐड कर सकते हैं, या चेंज करना है तो चेंज, कुछ भी हम लोगों के हिसाब से। ये थोड़ा
नहीं,
बहुत
ठीक
बात
है,
हुआ।
वो इस तरीके से होना चाहिए टैगलाइन और नेम, वो डाइवर्सिफाइड होना चाहिए। हाँ, तो क्योंकि बाद में हमें टाइम नहीं मिलेगा या बाद में हमें अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलेगी कि हम उसको,
Yes, sir.
तो बेटर है कि जो हम प्लान करें, जितना भी थॉट प्रोसेस है हम लगाते हैं,
हम्म,
क्योंकि अभी जो नाम आए हैं, ये जो टैगलाइंस है काफी मतलब इफेक्टिव है, इसमें से हम कोई भी सिलेक्ट करेंगे तो वो एक डाइवर्सन को प्रमोट करेगी। ठीक
या
है, तो ये ठीक है, इसको थोड़ा सा और हम रिफाइन कर लेते हैं।
सतीश, ये भी आप ना नेक्स्ट वीक एजेंडा में रख दीजिए।
क्या चाहिए?
Name
एंड
finalization.
वन मोर,
एक हमें और करना पड़ेगा
या
इसमें।
नेम एंड टैगलाइन
हम्म,
फाइनलाइजेशन।
एक हमें ये भी करना पड़ेगा कि जितनी भी मिनिस्ट्री है उन सब का हमें लिस्ट बनाना पड़ेगा।
ये तो है ना सर, मेन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया वेबसाइट में है, वो तो है।
एक,
मेन इंडिया का
ताकि
जो
हम
वेबसाइट
जो,
है।
हाँ, जब हम इसमें हमारा जो ये डॉक्यूमेंट बनाएंगे रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए, तो उसमें सबका नाम लिखेंगे।
सर
नेक्स्ट मीटिंग से पहले एक बार हक दर्शक,
हक दर्शक।
हाँ हक दर्शक, एक बार है ना इसको गो थ्रू करके आना नेक्स्ट में। हाँ, हक दर्शक, दर्शक,
Okay.
जो है
हक
सर,
दर्शक, हाँ ये वाला, ये वाला एक बार तो क्लिक करो।
SME प्लेटफॉर्म।
ठीक है, इसको भी थोड़ा सा हमें स्टडी करना चाहिए। एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है, जिससे क्या होता है कि जितने भी जो स्कीम्स है उस पर काम कर रही है, इसको काफ़ी फंड मिला है। अभी तो कुछ गैप्स रहा है इसमें, लेकिन इसको काफ़ी फंड मिला है गवर्नमेंट से, और डिफरेंट जो एग्जिस्टिंग जो गैप्स थे उसके ऊपर इसने काम किया है। तो जब हम फाइनल करेंगे तो उससे पहले अगर हम ऐसे कुछ एग्जिस्टिंग एजेंसी को अगर हम एज ए केस स्टडी स्टडी करते हैं, तो उनके गैप्स को समझ के हम अपने आप को और स्ट्रेंथन कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, मेरा रिक्वेस्ट रहेगा सभी से कि जिसको भी अगर लगता है कि कोई भी एजेंसी या कोई भी बड़ा NGO जो एक सिस्टमेटिक पैटर्न में काम कर रहा है, या उससे कुछ हमें लर्न करना चाहिए बिफोर फॉर्मलाइजिंग एवरीथिंग, तो हमें नेक्स्ट मीटिंग में वो लेके आना है, ताकि उसी टाइम पे हम अगर अपने अपने इनपुट अगर देते हैं तो अच्छा रहेगा।
बहुत जरूरी है सर ये चीज।
हम्म
How to connect with the ministry? So this is the bigger question which is in my mind. So please
Mm,
brainstorm yourself on this and think on this in such a way to identify a channel or a pathway in gap identification of those people. So the budget is going. So if I see the
mm,
FCI annual income, every profit and loss of every year is decreasing of FCI. So I have found out a gap in the where the ministry has a ministry or the ministry company has a
mm,
loophole which is going downwards. So I identified the gap. Now the networking is important. So in this way,
mm,
every ministry's gap should be identified and the networking approach should be identified.
yeah, definitely, yes.
How we need to do is the biggest question. So I want you also to think with me in this.
Yeah, definitely. I will in the coming days. I'll think about it.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
please work on this ministry part.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely, sure.
So if it is your
Okay
ministry
then.
also, how to take forward.
Yes, definitely. All
Mm.
right. Okay then. Thank you very much. Bye
No,
bye.
no, I should be thankful. I should be thankful for
Yeah,
you
thank you.
giving your
Thank
time.
you. All right.
Manu garu, I'm closing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Take care.